My God, this is trending on the internet. It's horrifying the soccer moms. And you know that when soccer moms are horrified, it is a great opportunity to push for more authoritarian legislation, to push for more safetyism, because our entire society needs to make soccer moms happy. This is why we live. This is why we go to work. This is why we suffer and we bleed for Ukraine, is so that Western soccer moms feel safe and secure. What happened? Well, apparently, a university has used Meta's LLM in order to run an experiment to see if they can lie to Redditors. And because the experiment was successful, because the bots have managed to lie, a sacrilege has been committed. The researchers are treated like Dr. Miengel, as if they're responsible for the worst atrocities of our age, because they did not disclose to the Redditors that AI is being used. And they also are the violators, right? They violated Reddit's terms of service, and we know that Reddit's law is absolute. Like, violating the terms of service of another company is sinful. It is blasphemous, and how dare the researchers? But what exactly did they do, and what did they find? Well, they made some chatbots, not even using ChatGPT. They used Meta's LLM, and they sent it on Reddit to try to see if they can change the mind of Redditors. Again, as if this is an accomplishment. You know, like, you can get a couple of 7-year-olds on Reddit, and they will make better arguments and more coherent statements than the average Redditor. But okay, we need to act surprised about this, right? We need to act shocked and concerned. Apparently, the mods of Change My View revealed the study. And they released that they were getting a lot of deltas to the users, suggesting that the AI-generated arguments changed their minds. This is 6 times higher than the baseline. How were they so effective? Before replying, another bot stalked the post history and target learning about the user's beliefs, and then crafted a response that would apply to his nationality, his ideology, his genetics. Okay, here's the problem with this experiment. And I will already tell you why it was successful. Like, first of all, if you go on a place called R Change My View, it doesn't necessarily mean that you change someone's view. It's like part of the game, right? Like, if you're making an argument that people like, they will give you the badge. Like, that's not a guarantee. That's not an objective way of knowing if you actually changed someone's view or not. That just shows that, well, you made an argument that the person liked. And if you're going to invest a little bit of time into seeing the personality of the guy, their posts, their ideology, you kind of know how to tailor that argument. Second thing, it's Reddit, right? It's a hive mind. It's very puritanical in nature, but not in spirit, right? Like, they don't use religion, but they use the same mindset that Puritans used. It's like, in our society, only people who can think like us are allowed to exist. If you think differently, you're banished. What happens when you push this mindset? You're not making people more moral. You're not even making people believing in your stuff. You're making people pretend, right? So, like, you're going to make people say the correct things, even though in hope they're doing the wrong things. But in public, they will say the correct things. They will not care if something is true or not. They will basically say it because that's what other people expect of them, right? Like, they don't want to get persecuted. They don't want the mobs with torches and pitchforks. So they will constantly say the things that seem to be accepted by the group. And so if you have a bot that is pushing for certain nonsense, they will agree with it, because they're not asking, is this true? They're asking, like, what would other people think if I disagree with this take, right? So once you understand where you're going, which is Reddit, once you understand the mindset, well, then you can realize that what these bots were doing is not something that human beings can do. Like, if you give me 50 people on a Discord server, I too can get on Reddit and just, farm these reputational badges. It's not difficult. And what were the things that they were saying? Like, what exactly did they use in order to, quote-unquote, change the mind of Redditors? Well, They said that pro-life movement is about punishing consensual sex, demonizing Elon Musk and lying about Tesla, claiming that abortion rates are already low, arguing that Christianity preaches violence against LGBT people. The Industrial Revolution only increases wealth inequality. You go on Reddit, a place that's already far left, and you're pushing, leftist. I can't even say conspiracy theories, but, there are certain accusations that are in line with leftist orthodoxy. Like, this is pretty much how the left already believes the world, right? Like, they already think that Elon Musk is bad. They already think that Tesla is evil. And so when they hear this argument, they're not going to thought process it. Like, this is normal human behavior. It happens everywhere, right? Like people who adhere to a group and they're not into critical thinking, but they only care like how others perceive them, they're not even going to scrutinize these things. Especially, when you say Christians preach violence against LGBT people. Like, all it takes is for them to have in their life one Christian that behaved violently towards an LGBT person, and then they will assume that this is true, right? Because, like, why else would the Christian behave that way if he wasn't taught? Like, who taught him? Well, Christianity, right? So, like, when you use this and you understand how people think and you accept it, like, you accept this is a norm, this is how all people behave, right? Like, that are part of an ideology that's focused on group cohesion. Well, all of a sudden, this behavior makes sense. You haven't changed their mind. They're just thinking that you're part of the group, right? Like, you're saying the things that are said on Reddit. So, I don't know if the AI can actually change the mindset of people. Now, let's actually talk about the situation where the AI could potentially influence people. Because I think it could, right? How do you protect yourself against that? Well, first and foremost, AI is a new invention. Like, it just came out. In the future, if everyone has an AI assistant that they trust, right? Like, you build it yourself, you model it yourself, you test it with a couple of things, you see if it's lying to you or not. You understand your AI. Well, what's to stop, like, the Redditor that actually wants to be an informed person to just take the shit from the internet that they're getting and run it through their AI and see if it's true or not, right? Like, you can literally just take these arguments here, like Christianity teaches violence towards LGBT people, pro-lifers are against consensual sex, blah, 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 blah. You take all these arguments, you put them into your AI, and you say, can you debunk it? Right? And if the argument is true, well, the AI will say, no, I can't debunk it. If the arguments are half false, like, they will say, well, based on the context, blah, blah, blah. This is the future, right? The solution would be for everyone to have AIs. But what will the government do? Well, more regulations, more censorship, more, like, these topics are allowed, these topics aren't, right? Like, the government would like to have their AIs being used, but they won't want you to have yours, or if you have yours, it will be, like, less powerful, less intelligent. The second thing is, like, encourage critical thinking. Like, people should be able to stop thinking in absolutes. Like, this statement is either completely true or this statement is completely false. They should have the knowledge of interacting with someone. It's like, okay, Christianity preaches violence against LGBT people. You should ask, like, can you give me some examples? Are there all denominations that are doing that? Is it only a specific case? Do you think it's more people on social media that behave this way versus people who go to church? Can we notice, like, what is the percentage of Christians that have violence? Like, how do you define violence towards LGBT, right? So, like, now you have a nuanced conversation. Now you're engaging into critical thinking. Now you're actually trying to understand the world rather than just be an ideologue that puts every problem in a box, right? You can go and you can do the same with the number of abortions is low. Well, what is the number? What would be the correct number? Like, what would be a number that's considered high? What's a number that we can consider low? What is the comparison from our nation compared to others? What is the timeline? Like how were things, like 10 years ago versus now? And then you have, like, a complex understanding. But, like, people don't want the complex understanding. People want the emotional ride. Like, people go on Reddit to get the emotional high, to get the social media dopamine. They want to, scream at other people, insult other people, gaslight that they're more understanding than the rest of the human race because they have access to certain knowledge that other people don't, that they understand the world that everyone else doesn't. And so, like, all this shit that you went on Reddit and you manipulated people, yeah, I don't really believe it. I think it's, if you apply the context, like, you got what you expected. What this AI did could be done by anyone else with a Discord server. The only difference is that this is really amazing for marketing, right? Like that's the test. That's how you can actually see if the AI is useful or not. If you can actually have a brand attached to it and see if you can use the AI to convince people into buying the product, right? Well, that would actually impress me. Like if you manage to sell something that people don't need, especially some trivial shit like a fidget spinner or something, they would have never bought it, but because the AI recommended it to them, I would be like, okay, well, this now actually has applications. Because if you can do that with a product, you can do that with an ideology. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.